Good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Saturday evening going into your future. We have some stuff that we're going to go on and talk about tonight, but before we get into that, what are we going to talk about for tonight? Number one, we're going to talk about obviously the current conditions, what's currently going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina. Then we'll go on and talk about the weather for tonight. We'll talk about it for tomorrow, short term future, long term future, and then the main things for what's on tap. And right here, you have significant winter storm impacts ongoing all the way through Sunday morning. Extremely cold Arctic air mass dominates through early next week. And then also a dangerous wind chill and extreme cold risk Saturday night going into Monday. So that's what we are looking at there. So that's the thing. And oh, okay, yeah. I just saw your chat, Mr. Chris. Let me go on and hold on. This is the wrong stream. Okay, there we go. I just fixed that. Thank you, Mr. Chris, for telling me about that. I did go in and just put the new link in there. We'll be talking about that as well at the end. So that's the main things. So if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. Also, make sure you go on and hit the subscribe button. If you have not already, go and hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Right now, we are at 690. Oh God, 691. I think we had a huge day today in terms of subscriber growth. We had a huge short pop off. We had around 800 people watch that, so that was huge, more than the amount of subscribers that I have. And then also, the new live stream has started, and we'll talk about the live stream as we get into the end of the stream here. So a lot of things going on. I told y'all 2026 was going to be a huge year, and we're just getting started. We're not even done with the first month. Technically it is the last day, but still. So we're going to go on and talk about what's going on currently. So if we go and look at the live radar right now, everybody is receiving snowfall for the most part. There are a couple of dry slots here and there that I can see. And then also, everybody, for the most part, is either getting some moderate to heavy snow or maybe even some light. So you can see the light snow over here inside of, over there in the eastern low country, over there into the western parts of the PD areas, Grand Strand areas. And then I see even some snowfall going on over here near Lancaster, near Great Falls, near Winsboro, Camden as well. But let's scroll our way out and see what's going on throughout the entire U.S. because obviously not only do we have snowfall down here inside of the southeast, in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, going on over there inside of the more mid-Atlantic areas as well. Delaware getting in on some of the snowfall. Maybe even some snowfall going on in Kentucky, Tennessee, maybe even portions of New York getting in on some snowfall. Some snowfall going on over here in the central U.S. from Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and then even some rainfall over there inside of Montana and Washington. Now, what about for our cloud cover? Well, cloud cover right now actually is showing some pretty heavy cloud cover. I don't think anyone's really too shocked on that. Nobody's really shocked by that. I think for the most part that we are all really just more on a cloudier basis than mainly a lot more than a lot of other people outside of South Carolina. But also, if we go in and look at it throughout the future, as it's just been a cloudy past. I mean, how long? Like 48 hours or so. You go in and push this forward all the way through to 4 o'clock in the morning here. We get all the way to around 6 o'clock in the morning, all the way to 8 o'clock in the morning. And then that cloud cover is still going to be kind of like remain there, but it's going to definitely move its way out by the time you get to around 3 o'clock p.m. here. And then we're nice and sunny at 3 o'clock. But then the sun will obviously go down. It'll become obviously nighttime. And then some more cloud cover will try to push in from the west. Here's 10 o'clock p.m. right here. We go all the way to around 12 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and cloud cover is covering over the state. Now, that will cause, radiational cooling to potentially not quite happen as, as strongly. But you still will have a chance beforehand to kind of happen. You go all the way to around like 7 o'clock in the morning here, going to 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. And we just have some more cloud cover, but instead of it being in the low country, it's in the upstate now instead. That'll push through Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and then we just look more on the more clear side, which is something that we usually haven't really seen that often, to be honest. I mean, just with how cloudy it's been. So let's go on now and talk about current temperatures. So what's currently going on right now throughout the state? Well, right now, current temperatures are around a good 24 in Charleston, 22 in Somerville, as well as 25 in Beaufort, 28 Hilton Head Island, as well as 21 in Orangeburg, 21 also inside of Georgetown, and 23 Murray's Inlet, 22 Myrtle Beach, and 20 inside of Conway. We even have around 19 in Florence, 18 Hartsville, 19 inside of Sumter, and 20 in Lugoff, 21 in Columbia, and 20 in Newberry, 21 in Greenwood, as well as 19 in Lawrence, 18 Greenville, and 18 in Spartanburg, Gaffney, 19 York, Rock Hill, 23 in Clemson, and 22 Anderson. So everybody is below freezing. In fact, even near the coastal areas, Hilton Head Island, 28 degrees, Charleston, 24, Murray's Inlet, 23, Myrtle Beach, 22. So it doesn't matter where you are, you are below freezing. Doesn't matter where you are. What about the air quality as we go into tonight? Well, for the most part, we're all inside the good category. If you're not inside the yellow area, you're inside the good category. But if you are inside the yellow over there near Augusta in the western, northwestern low country, you're just in a little moderate area. Not terrible or anything like that, but just not in the good category. Pretty much that's all what that means. So now here we go. Low temperatures for tonight. 10 degrees in Greenville, 11 in Spartanburg, as well as 9 degrees in Rock Hill, 10 in Newberry, 13 in Columbia, 14 Aiken, 15 Orangeburg, as well as 15 inside of Sumter, 15 in Florence, as well as 15 in Dillon. You also have around a good 14 in Aiken, 17 in Walterboro, 19 in Moncks Corner, 17 in Georgetown, and 19 in Myrtle Beach, 21 in Charleston, and 23 in Hilton Head Island. So we all have temperatures that will obviously be around that 20 degree mark or less. 20 degrees or less. Some even single digits, and that's not even including wind chill. We'll talk about wind chill because I have something that I need to show y'all. I think that has happened before in the channel in history, but for this year, we have a new record this year. So, and I'll show that in just a second. We'll show that. But high temperatures for tomorrow. Yeah, we're on a good 31 in Spartanburg, 34 in Greenville, 37 in Anderson, as well as 34 in Lawrence, 34 in Columbia, and 33 in Camden, 32 Sumter, and even around a good 32 in Florence, 32 King Street, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, 33 in Moncks Corner, 35 Charleston, and even around a good 36 in Walterboro, 38 Hilton Head Island. So these are high temperatures for tomorrow. It's going to be probably not as cold. For some areas, but it possibly could potentially be a little bit cooler. In some areas than it was today for your high temperature. Rainfall for tonight, am I sure that that's correct? Hold on, let me check this real quick. Let me make sure. Because I believe, I grabbed the one from Sunday morning. Yes, I did. That was an accident. I did not mean to do that. Well, I lost that, but it's pretty much just snowfall anyway. So I think that for the most part, in terms of snow totals, it showed a good amount for the state. If you saw it this morning, just like subtract a little bit, or just actually subtract like a good bit from it. From the most part, I accidentally saved it again by accident, and I didn't mean to do that, so that was unfortunate. But I can go on real quick and check and see. With the models later and see, how much snowfall we're expecting as we go throughout the rest of the system. So I guess it's not really that bad. But if we go on now and look at the crazy score, this is the thing that I wanted to get to the most. So make sure that you're paying attention here. The crazy score for tonight, we're at an 88. This is the highest of the year so far. I said we had a record for this year. This is the highest crazy score that we've had so far this year. We're at an 88 and 88. That's the catastrophic category. Obviously not because of major hurricanes, not EF4, EF5 tornadoes, not historic blizzards or anything like that, but significant threat to life and property. That's the reason why we are there. And you might be asking, well, what's the significant threat to life and property? We've seen snow before, even though it's not really that common. We've seen it before. So that obviously can be the significant threat to life and property. That's not. And I've been talking about this for a couple of days. If you remember, I said that this threat right here was possibly just on par, if not worse, than the snow threat. It's the wind chills. These are wind chills for tonight. You have negatives up there inside of Greenville. You see 0 degrees inside of Spartanburg, Lawrence. You see 3 degrees in Columbia, 7 in Moncks Corner in Charleston, 3 degrees in Georgetown and Myrtle Beach, 4 in King Street, 11 in Hilton Island. So that's the main reason that we are at that 88 inside that catastrophic category for the crazy score. It's because of these dangerous wind chills. These will be dangerous wind chills. And so this could potentially be something that could cause, obviously, unfortunately, loss of life, especially for people, obviously, who may not have the proper heating, which is very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. So you have to make sure that you are prepared for this. You have to make sure that you have a plan just in case the power does go out. You need another heat source. You got to make sure as well you're bringing your pets inside, because that could also be another bad scenario right there that you can see if you leave pets outside. Also, plants as well. Could also lose some plants as well if you leave them outside uncovered. And then also pipes as well. You can also, a pipe could potentially burst as well if you have these conditions and you don't have them dripping, you don't have, the cabinet doors open, or you don't drain it and you just keep it there and, you don't do anything with it. So this is definitely a night, even if you have pipes that are wrapped, I would still go in and just drip I would just go in and drip the pipes anyway, because this cold right here, we don't see that often. We don't see this that often. So yeah, that's the reason why we're at 88 for tonight. Catastrophic conditions tonight. SPC outlook for tonight, tomorrow, Monday. For the most part, thunderstorms are not expected at this time. Excessive rainfall, we're good here. We're good here in terms of excessive rainfall. So let's go on now and look at the models. So we're going to go and look at the short term first, and we'll go and look at the long term and stuff like that. But, we're now getting towards almost like the end part of this storm system, meaning that, we don't really have to go into like a huge forecast with saying, oh, what's each model saying? What's this saying? What's that saying? We're getting to the ending of it. So not too much to really say here, except for if we start here at 9 o'clock p.m. and you go in and push this forward, you can see, for the most part, you have snowfall that's going on throughout the upstate, the Midlands, the Low Country, the PD, Grand Strand areas. You go all the way to around 10 o'clock p.m., maybe starting to cause some more moderate to potentially close to heavy snow over there inside of the Grand Strand-ish areas. You continue going even more upstate, still receiving some snowfall. Midlands still are receiving as well, but not as heavy. Going all the way to 12 o'clock in the morning, seeing some more snowfall still in the Tri-County area, Dorchester, Berkeley, Charleston County. And then it kind of just gets more towards the eastern side of the state as you get later into the night. Here's 2 to 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. You're still seeing snowfall potentially in the Low Country, still inside of the PD and the Grand Strand areas at 5 a.m. And then finally, once you get to around 8 to 9 a.m., this system is done. It's out of our hair. Nothing to talk about there after that. You continue this forward even more, and look at this. Nice, and for the most part, dry conditions. I see a little snow band maybe trying to move through Monday morning, but if it does, drop anything, it's just going to be like some small snow flurries, nothing to accumulate at all. After that, though, like I said, just dry. So for the most part, after this system is done, nothing really too much to worry about. But temperatures are still something that we're going to have to worry about. Like I said, we go through tonight. We start off here at 12 o'clock in the morning. You push this forward. You can see just how cold these temperatures get without winds even applied. I mean, this is how cold it would be if there was no winds, and obviously there will be. You know, we go into tomorrow, a lot of us will still be below freezing, even as we go throughout tomorrow for your high temperature. You move all the way into Sunday night, going into Monday morning. I mean, we're still seeing teens out here. And then you go all the way through, and what do you see over here? Inside of, like, Horry County, what do you see over here near Marlboro County? Still 30s and 20s for some. And that goes all the way through Monday. Now, if we go in and add wind chills to it, whole different ball game, whole different story. Go on through all the way to around 2 o'clock in the morning, you're seeing -1 up there near Greenville. You know, you're seeing 4 degrees near Columbia by 4 a.m. You're seeing 8 degrees near Charleston. I mean, and that will drop even more. You know, 5 degrees near Charleston, 6 degrees near Myrtle Beach at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. You go all the way to 12 o'clock p.m. Wind chills still near the teens in portions of the coastal areas. And actually, we'll kind of see that flip to where it might actually be colder on the eastern side. Now, that may also have to do with winds as well. Maybe it's a bit breezier over there on the eastern side. So that might also be the case of why it actually might be a bit cooler over there inside of the eastern side and the coastal areas more than the upstate. Wind chills will still go down. You know, here's 8 o'clock p.m. right here on Sunday. Going all the way to Monday as well. And then we still have teens going on. So that's just what it's looking like in terms of our wind chills as we go throughout the next 48 hours. What about for the long-term future? I'm going to try something real quick. This might work terribly. Oh, no, it didn't work bad at all. Okay, never mind. We're good. But we're going to start off where we just ended off here at the 54-hour mark. And let's just push this forward and see what we see. Well, I mean, we have a little bit of a rain system maybe trying to move through a little storm, cold front scenario, pushing through maybe around February the 4th, bringing some rainfall with it. Also, I saw apparently on some people's weather apps, you know, a bit of a side tangent, but showing that snow was possible from this system right here. And especially down here inside the low country as well, is where people saw that. And I was like, yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. And so that's why I always say, you know, phone weather apps, I don't really trust them that much. They're not, in my opinion, they're not good. They're just not good. I don't like them that much. But continuing it forward even more, all the way into Thursday, going into the 5th. I mean, we just have cold air moving through, but then look at this, some warm air trying to move through. I mean, when's the last time we've seen warm air at this point? Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that's going to be, you know, 70s, 80s, more like high 50s, low 60s, more likely. Continue that forward even more. Maybe another little storm system maybe trying to move through, but nothing too crazy until we get into around like the 13th-ish. And then especially right here on the 15th going into the 16th, if this right here verifies, which I know 372 hours out, that's way too far out, like incredibly too far out to talk about. But if that was to verify, this would produce definitely some severe weather right here, or at least attempt to. You're going to get you around here's like 7 a.m. You know, I think that more determined on the timing of it, but I mean, that would potentially produce some severe weather there. We'll see what would happen there, though. But that's pretty much all that we see here in terms of the long-term future. I mean, like I said, this is going to be a pretty quiet future. It's going to be a pretty quiet future. Nothing else really to talk about except for just big storm systems. So if we go on now and look at the temperatures as well, because I do want to show you the temperatures for the future. In fact, I'm actually going to go on and move into the temperature anomalies instead. So we can go on and look at see if stuff's above average, below average, you know, what we're seeing there. So obviously right now, you know, we're about 30 degrees below average at this point. You push this forward, I mean, we're staying below average all the way throughout Monday, going into Tuesday. And then finally, as we get into Wednesday, things start to warm up. It won't really last that long, but I mean, it will stay a bit warmer than average. We continue this all the way through February going to the 10th, the 11th, the 12th. I mean, we just stay for the most part cool until we get to around the 12th and the 13th. We have that warm front potentially coming in from that system that I was just talking about. And that brings us incredibly above average. I know, like 30 degrees above average for that time of year. And if we go and look at the actual temperatures, I know way too far out. I mean, but it's showing like 70s-ish or so. But if we go into now actual temperatures, and we just go in and continue to push this way forward through Monday, I'm going all the way through Tuesday. Look at as we get into around like Tuesday, for example. I mean, we're seeing 50s. You know, we go all the way through Wednesday. You know, and we start to see some 50s, maybe even some, you know, high 50s. You know, high 50s in the Wednesday. But it, like I said, it won't last that long at all. Will not last that long until maybe we get to around this Friday. 50s, maybe an isolated 60 here or there, but mainly staying in the 50s for the rest of, at least for the first couple of days of February. But that's all that I really have to say in terms of our long-term future. And so let's go on now and make sure that I got everything. Significant winter storm impacts going on through Sunday morning. Extremely cold air mass dominates through early next week. And then dangerous wind chills and extreme cold risk Saturday night through Monday. We talked about all of that. So let's go on now and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, let me go on. There we go. Mr. Gris is here first. He says, good evening, everyone. Hope you all stayed warm. Well, thank you so much for that. I did for the most part. I was outside. If you guys did not see the short yet, please go on and do so. That was a good short that I produced there. So far, 800 people have seen it so far. So a good amount of people. I mean, I think that's my highest short so far. And I think probably my best video so far. My best short so far. Mr. Chris also says, please remember to go hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't. Also share with everyone you know. It's going to get very cold, and this information will help. Absolutely. It's going to get very, very cold. Very cold. And also, he's absolutely right. 31 people have tuned in tonight, and we only have 7 likes. If you're a part of the 24 that have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. It's free. You can change your mind anytime. I mean, it's simple. It's easy. All you have to do is go on and just hit one button. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're at 691. We are 9. That's it. 9 subscribers away from that main goal. That's it. Just 9 from 700 subscribers. Mr. Chris says currently is 22 with the wind chill of 9 here inside of Moncks Corner. Let me go on real quick and check what mine's looking like right now. Mine says it is currently 22 and no wind chill right now. Wind's not really, going that much right now at my house. I mean, it's only about like a good 4-ish miles per hour wind gust. So, I mean, not terrible. Not bad at all. Not bad, really. So, that's not really going to cause too much of a wind chill yet. But I think it probably will get lower as we go more into the nighttime hours because those wind gusts will also continue to go up and up and up. As the nighttime progresses. And so, at least at my house, or at least the forecast for where it says here, it says around a good 30 miles per hour wind gust is expected as we go throughout tonight. And that's really going to peak, seems like around 2-ish to around 4-ish a.m. Trail says, greetings, Joseph. Greetings to you. Then SC Radar Time Lapses says the snow started to stick on the roads here in Charleston. Same thing over here inside of Somerville as well. It was not sticking at all. Throughout pretty much throughout my road or throughout my driveway. But then I just checked around an hour ago. I'm gonna have to see what it looks like after I'm done. But it was not sticking at all. Now it is starting to stick. It is starting to stick now, which obviously for a lot of people, like I said, may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing. If you want to break from work or something like that, you break for just to stay home. You may want that to happen, but if you don't want that to happen, then, that may be bad news for you. Trail says the snow is so beautiful, but it is freezing. Absolutely. I, can't wait to wake up tomorrow. And then my room it's going to be so lit up, just from the snowfall and just obviously how light snow is, just will emanate inside of my room. So I am kind of excited to see that tomorrow morning. SC Radar Time Lapse said, I saw a perfect snowflake. Not only one, a lot. I have not seen one. I've not seen one yet. I actually have never seen a perfect snowflake before on my own. So, I'll see. What happens. But for the most part, I've never seen one before. Mile Lewis says, "Good evening. I was on the wrong stream. I did see that. That's why I went on and put the link inside the chat for y'all. I don't know if that's how you got here or if you just came through the channel. Today in Georgetown, we got around snow around 4 o'clock p.m. Well, thank you so much for that weather report for where you are. Trail says 13 here tonight. Is it still snowing there? Last time I checked, it was. But for right now, I think I would have to go outside and check real quick. But I think for right now, it might be. I can actually go and look at my window real quick. Let me see. Is it still snowing outside? I think it's like, yeah, it's like very, very light. Like very, very light. But I am starting to see that road start to get covered with snow as well. So, that's finally starting to happen. Georgetown is so cold. Everything in Georgetown is shut down. And then as you continue to go down, Mr. Chris says everything, started shutting down at around 3 here. Georgetown is not used to this weather, and then at the moment, it's currently 22 degrees. Same thing where it is at my house, around 22. Great, it will warm up on Wednesday. It will, for a little bit, until it will definitely cool right back down again. But, it'll be warm for a little bit. Mr. Chris says, please remember that it's getting deadly cold. Check on the elderly and the pets and the less fortunate. Absolutely. With those wind chills down to the negatives tonight, you have to make sure that you go in and check on neighbors, pets, plants, pipes, anything like that. Maya Lewis says West End and Georgetown 521 towards Andrews had more snow than Georgetown. And then I just checked and the snow is sticking inside of my yard right now. Well, it actually has been sticking in my yard for a good little bit. It was just the roads that weren't getting covered. And then my nana says, hi Jay, hello to you. And that's all. So let's go on now and talk about the 4 areas outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, 4 locations, what are you talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to put y'all to the Trump Hunter real quick. San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly. And because they tune in almost nightly, we go on and give them their forecast for them because they still show up and show their support, even though South Carolina isn't even their main forecasted area. So we're going and talk about them. So we're going to go on and talk about San Antonio first. San Antonio being the first one. If I can go on, there we go. It's going to start off. There we go. Low temperatures tonight at 26. High temperatures tomorrow at 57. And then low temperatures tomorrow night at 39. Precipitation not expected at this time. And so, you also have no severe weather, no excessive rainfall. In fact, all locations have no severe weather and no excessive rainfall as you go throughout the next 7 days, next 8 days, I guess you should say. So no severe weather for any locations. Excessive rainfall, probably can guess, but it's the same thing for everybody. In terms of your future over there inside of San Antonio, it looks like for the most part that it will warm back up. I've been saying that it would warm back up even as you go into next week, next weekend even. It's going to be 74, so you're going to warm back up for sure. Raleigh, North Carolina, you have low temperatures tonight at 15, high temperatures tomorrow at 31, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 14. In terms of your precipitation, obviously some snow is going on. Snow is expected tonight, and I'm really sorry. I just had to apologize real quick, to a lot of people in Raleigh who wanted snow because they got hit with a huge dry slot. If you don't know what a dry slot is, it is pretty much just a slot of air that prevents moisture, that prevents any sort of convection to form in that area. And there was a lot of areas from Raleigh all the way to, I think, to Dunn, North Carolina as well. I think Fayetteville got cut a little bit as well. So very, very disappointing for a lot of the people who wanted snow over there. Even though it is snowing, it's not as much as it was projected to be. So that's, obviously not great at all. Not great. If we go on to your future, though, for Raleigh, I mean, it looks like for the most part that you are really just looking at for an increase in terms of the temperatures, though. So if that's something that you want to look forward to, but it's only going to be up into the 40s. So, around a good 15 to around 16-ish degree increase for some days. But that's about it. In terms of your future, maybe a chance of rain again on Wednesday, maybe a chance for some snow on Wednesday night. So that's possible there. Then for Philadelphia, you have low temperatures tonight at 10, high temperatures tomorrow at 23, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 14. It is going to be a bit blustery tomorrow. What does that mean? I think pretty much that just means that it's going to be windy, but also kind of cold. And that will bring wind chills as low as -8. You also have wind chills tonight at -6 as well. Gusts will be as high as 30 miles per hour on Sunday night going into Monday. So it's going to continue to be kind of windy for you. In terms of your future, you will also be trying to warm up a little bit, but like I said, you're going to have some days to where you're in the 30s, and some days it's going to be like in the 20s. So it's going to really just stay in that area. And then for Duncan, Oklahoma, low temperatures tonight at 16. High temperatures tomorrow at 52, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 30. Precipitation not expected at this time. In fact, you have no precipitation that's expected throughout the next 7 days. Same thing with San Antonio. In terms of your temperatures, looks like you also will be a bit on an increase as well. I mean, you're having low temperatures tonight at 16 to low temperatures tomorrow night 14 degrees higher at 30, and on Monday night 37. But then it will start to kind of go right back down again, like 27 on Wednesday night. So it won't really last that long again, but it's something to look forward to. And so now that is all out of the way, let's see right now what's going on throughout the entire U.S. Then we'll go on and look at my email, because was I bombarded with pictures today? We have a lot of pictures to go on and look at tonight. We have pictures from Miss Tolliver. We have pictures from Trail. We have pictures from my Nana, and then we also have pictures from Mr. Chris as well. So we have a whole bunch to look at. But what's going on right now throughout the entire U.S.? A powerful Arctic blast will bring dangerous cold, record low temperatures to the upper Ohio Valley, mid-Atlantic, Gulf Coast, and the southeast U.S. through this weekend. A rapidly deepening storm will also produce widespread heavy snow and wind from the southern Appalachians across the Carolinas and the southern Virginias into Sunday. Storm force winds, potentially even hurricane force winds, could potentially be possible along the East Coast. That mainly being over there in the coast of North Carolina, to where, I mean, they'll see gusts up to 70, 80, 90 miles per hour. And so that's all I have to say there for the entire U.S. So what's going on right now in terms of pictures? Because we have a lot of pictures that came in today. So we're going to start off with Miss Tolliver first. She was first. Sent me this on Thursday. But she says, thought I would send a short video and a picture of a happy hunting, of the happy hunting in my pond. I hope the video isn't too blurry. I couldn't get close because they fly away. So here's what the first picture she sent right here. So thank you so much for sending this. And then also, if we go to the video, let's see if the video will load. I'm going to have to download it real quick. It's around a good 15 seconds-ish. Open the file. Yeah, okay, so this video is actually not that blurry, so that's good. But thank you so much for this video right here. We have a lot more to get through. I don't think we have any videos today. I think it's all just pictures, so I think this is the only video that we have. You can send videos as well if you want to. You can send videos if you want to. So now we get into the today photos. We have the first one was from Trail, who said it's been snowing since 4 a.m. this morning. Still snowing. It's pretty and the birds are lovely. It's amazing watching them fly in the snow, chirping so loud. So here's a picture of hers from her front step right here. Even if you go into a couple of more, you can see that she definitely was out there walking in the snow. You even go into the top where you can see birds going on in the trees. And then another one with more birds inside the tree. So that's what we're looking at here. And even if you go into the next picture, the next one being from Mr. Chris as well. So this is snow. This is the first one. So this is the first one right here that he sent. This was at the beginning of the day, I believe so. And then even as you go into the next picture that he sent, which was a little bit later. It was a little bit later. I'm going to get that. There we go. The next picture was this one, more snow. This was sent at 5:50 p.m. And you can see easily the huge difference. And you can, I think the roads over there definitely are covered. Seems like they are covered. So that's all in terms of these 4 pictures so far. And so let's go on now and look at the last picture. Let's go on out right now and look at the last picture. The last one being from my Nana. She sent me this one from her phone. It was of her front yard right here. And I had to go in and send it to myself because it would not... Because she sent it to my mobile phone. So I need to go in and find it. I need to refresh. Oh, there it goes. Okay, got it. Here's the picture that she sent from her front yard right here. Front door, honestly, I should say. And so thank you so much for this picture as well. You can see, no accumulation. No accumulation at all. So it just looks like that yards are covered. Grass is pretty much covered. But nothing on the roads. I do think that probably will change, as we go into tomorrow. As it seems like, for the most of us, that the roads are going to start getting covered. And that's all I can see here in terms of pictures. So that's all that I have to really say for tonight. Make sure, if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. Also, make sure you go on and hit the subscribe button if you have not already. We've had 40 people tune in tonight, and we only have 9 likes. If you're a part of that 31 that have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. It's free, and you can change your mind at any time. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new. We right now are at 691 subscribers. We are 9 subscribers away. That's it, just 9. And we'll be there to the end goal of 700. But that's all I have to say. Make sure that, like I said, tune in tomorrow morning for your Sunday morning forecast update. And then tomorrow night is going to be a huge night. Not only will we be talking about the week forecast for the week of February the 1st through February the 2nd, but also we will be talking about the month of February's forecast. So tomorrow is going to be a big forecast tomorrow. Make sure that you're there for that. That's all. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your snowy Saturday night. And I will be back tomorrow. Top fans will be put inside of the chat. Yes, top fans will be put inside the chat if you want to see that.
Off of your feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, love the way you talk when you walk that walk and talk that talk. You knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How?
Hey,